there's so much here that I'm seeing that is like raw Ren. I really like the way he laid this song out. Look at baby Ren. All right, guys, we're back with some more Ren today, and I was actually going to do a completely different video today. I was going to go ahead and finish up the 6-6 Soul collaboration between Ren and the Skinner Brothers. I think Pink Heineken's the last one that we have to do in that collaboration, and then we're done with that. And then I was going to go on to do some Freckled Angels tracks, which what changed my mind, what made me change to this song today for doing a reaction is Ren's post that he put up. He has a caption there that says, "Maybe if I move," and then it has this video, the Ren featuring Bibi, the song Crutch from 9 years ago. And I knew nothing about the song when this post first came up in my feed. I was like, okay, that's cool. A 9-year-old song from Ren. I've never heard of this. I went ahead and looked it up, saw that it's one of the final tracks, I believe. It's like 15 out of 16 tracks on the Freckled Angels album is where this one shows up. And then Bibi is a former girlfriend of Ren's. At least that's what the AI on Google said from back in that era of Ren, from the Freckled Angels era. And so I want to dive into this. I've been wanting to get into the Freckled Angels album, and this was good enough excuse as any. If this song is currently on Ren's mind, I'd be interested to take a look and see why that might be. I mean, I know nothing behind the scenes. I don't know if Ren's been dealing with anything specific lately, but I just happened to catch this post and see that he was promoting one of his old songs, and I think that's as good a reason as any to jump in and take a look at it. So let's do that. Throw these on, get my screen set up here because I had to zoom in for that post to show up properly. Okay, guys, let's take a look.
Maybe if I move, maybe my troubles won't follow me. I've got none to lose, 'cause everything turned to dust around me. My hope, it got so bruised, 'cause circumstance held me and it drowned me. I'm searching for the glue to try and fix these broken things around me. My love, if I lose my mind, I'd be so ashamed if you witnessed. I'll try my best for you to try and keep my head, but my God, it's slipping. An unspoken truth. I feel my body dying as the clock keeps ticking, and everything I knew is painted with the fear that it's all for nothing. Could I interrupt?
Okay, I want to pause before we kind of get into this next section of the song until we're moving in. We've got a whole nother voice coming in, which I assume is Bibi. So this is a good time to look at baby Ren. I didn't get a good look at him until just right there. Oh my goodness. Look at baby Ren. Hey, buddy. But this is, I don't want to detract from the seriousness of what this video is already portraying, but that's little baby Ren there. Got to call that out. But man, this is a pretty visceral song. It's really just getting down to the raw emotion of I'm going through something difficult, and it's killing me to know that somebody that I care about might be hurting because of that too. And man, that's I feel like that's a relatable feeling for most people, especially if you've been through some kind of trauma. It's hard to really define that because there's so many varying degrees of trauma that people could go through, and everybody's got a different story with some kind of trauma for the most part. And where you land on that spectrum, how you cope with it, how you dealt with it, the severity to which it affected you, there's a million different parameters here. But when it comes to trauma, something that comes up so frequently with people is that thought of how it's affecting the people around them. And again, it can manifest in so many different ways. For me in the past, and I know I said a lot of people deal with this. I mean, I just assume. I'm thinking about what I just said, and it's like, yeah, a lot of people, I'm assuming a lot of people do, but really just my experience that I can speak to is I just hid it. At the worst points in my life, my tendency has been to try to hide it from the people closest to me. And I've gotten better about that over the years. I've gotten better about just letting the people in my life know when I'm struggling. But man, there was a very severe time in my life, and I'm not going to get into all of it. We're not here for that. We're here for Ren. But there was a pretty severe time in my life where it almost cost me my life to not reach out to the people who cared about me. Luckily, it didn't. Luckily, I dodged it. But man, like that, he started talking about that and like not putting that weight, that trauma, that hardship that you're going through onto I'm getting a call from potential spam, but not putting that on the people that you love and the people that care about you. Very relatable feeling there. So let's back it up just a touch before we get into the next section here.
Everything I knew is painted with the fear that it's all for nothing.
Could I interrupt? If the weight should get too heavy, I'll help hold this burden. I'll walk with you, my love, into the fires of hell if it would ease the burden. But please don't lose your trust. The man I know is brave, so don't you dare say you're folding. I can be your crutch until we both grow old and the curtains closing.
Hello. Dang.
But I know in your hands I'll find relief. Baby, if I lose my mind, would you stay with me?
Dang. Okay, we're almost done here. There's about 40 seconds left in the video, but dang. That was cool. Like, there's so much here that I'm seeing that is like raw Ren, like Ren now, even from back in the days of like the tale of Jenny and Screech, even back then when it was run and gun on the street, walking around with the camera, there is so much polish to what Ren does these days. More modern Ren. Here, I see the building blocks. It's Ren in his infancy, not to say it's bad, but there's the glimpses of what Ren becomes, but it's this more raw version of it. And I'm hearing it all throughout, even with just like the little flourish of the piano in the early parts of the song. And then this kind of off kilter, like he has in so many different songs. Now I'm going to blank because I'm trying to come up with them, but I know he's done this. He does this in High Ren. I know he does this in High Ren, but this off kilter kind of going off the key to make a point, to emphasize a point. He's using that obviously right here in this last bit. He's singing and even screeching off key sometimes to emphasize certain aspects of what he's saying. Here again, it's kind of that raw version of what I know Ren is going to become. So that's pretty cool. That's really cool. And again, I'm not saying that this is any lesser necessarily, because as I'm going through this, especially once it hit that drop, I was like, man, I could put this on my playlist in the car. I would love to listen to this on a regular basis. And there are some songs from the modern era of Ren that I don't like to listen to on a regular basis. I mean, the easy one to point to there is obviously, Suicide, but there are some songs like I don't listen to Money Game very often. Kind of that, especially Money Game Part 3, just that long drawn out journey. I like to sit down and listen to it, but it's not just on my playlist. This is a song that I think is going on my playlist for not an everyday listen, but when I'm in that kind of a mood, I want something a little off kilter. I want something a little deep, a little harder, because like, I say harder, but it's not that this goes so hard throughout. It has just that very soft beginning into the middle, and then it just slaps you across the face here at the end. I like that in doses, I will say. It's not my go-to for every song that I like to listen to, obviously, but I really like the way he laid this song out. This is a good one. That's interesting because, I mean, they didn't end up staying together. So is the ending of this prophetic, or did they do this video in the midst of them breaking up? That's interesting. Is that the end of it? Oh, okay. So there's some credits. Is that the only credit? No, there's more there. Purchased it. Okay. Cool. We'll go to freckledangels.com and we'll purchase the debut album. I'll make sure I do that. But this is good. I like this. So the other thing I wanted to mention that I didn't mention before was what the topic got into once it went to Bibi's verse. And because I was just slapped across the face right after that with, that hard off kilter screeching type of visceral moment that Ren was having. So what Bibi was getting into in her verse is what I feel like a lot of loved ones in people's lives, like where they're at, whether it's a romantic relationship or it's just, a family member, somebody very close to you, whether it's a parent, a sibling, a cousin, somebody that is close to you, that knows you, that loves you, that cares about you and your well-being. That's what they're feeling when they find out what you're going through. Like I said, my experience, I went through the mistake of trying to hide where I was at my worst from the people who cared about me. But as soon as they found out, as soon as they knew what was going on, even though in my mind, I was like, I'm not going to put this on anybody else. This is my burden to bear. This is what I'm dealing with. As soon as they found out, of course, they rallied around me and they said, let us help you carry this burden. We'll help you. Like, we're here. Don't leave us out. We're here to help. We love you. We care for you. We would rather see you here and healthy and thriving rather than on the cusp of the worst and doing it all alone. Whatever burden they had to bear in order to dig me out of the pit I dug myself in, they were there and ready to bear it. And it's something that I don't take for granted. I try to make sure I don't take that for granted a single day of my life, because if it weren't for a lot of really great people that are around me that love me and care about me, I might not be here today. And so, this is a topic that I take to heart a lot. And that's another reason why I think this is going to end up on a playlist for me. Great song, very interesting. Again, it shows the building blocks of Ren in a more infantile state. Little baby Ren there. But it's all there. His raw talent is obviously there. He's experimental. He's a little off kilter. It's all there, but then it just gets refined as he goes along. And that's really cool to see. I'm so excited to dig into more of the Freckled Angels album. I think that's going to be a really cool journey. If you like, let me know. I want to dive headfirst into Freckled Angels once we get, I think the next one I do, unless there's some compelling reason like this to do otherwise. I think the next one I'm going to do is Pink Heineken, so we can go ahead and finish up 66 Soul. But whoever's watching this right now, comment below. Let me know what song on Freckled Angels I should do next, because I want to get into more of his tracks that have kind of, I want to cover the ones that people still love. Not to say that there's not, like, I'm assuming there's someone who loves every single song of that album, but I want to see the ones that people are really into, that are that have kind of stood the test of time in the last 9-ish years since those started coming out. So let me know. Let me know. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end like I always do with a little bit of prayer. Dear Lord, thank you for this day. Thank you for everybody who's chosen to come here today and listen and hang out, hear some good music, and just, spend some time listening to me talk about it. I thank you for that opportunity, Lord. And I thank you as the original creator. You make all of this possible. You put every breath in our lungs, and I praise you. And it's in your son's precious name I pray. Amen. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.